Just talking to Jerry, he put a lot of this on himself, or he said, you played a great game, and he had too many drops and was really frustrated with himself. What do you say to that?
It's a team sport, especially in offensive football. All 10 guys got to be working together to be able to make a play go. But ultimately, I'm the one with the ball in my hand. I got to make better decisions and can't have those 2 turnovers.
So are those, is that what sticks with you, the fact that you turned the ball over again twice when you wanted to play clean ball today?
For sure. Can't remember the last game we had where we didn't have a turnover. And so that is really frustrating, especially on my part after harping on ball security all week. And coach has been harping on ball security all year. So it's definitely a point of emphasis, and it didn't get done today.
Dorian, what did you see on the interception? It looked like you did have Jerry or somebody kind of behind that defender. What was your vantage point? What did you see on that play?
Yeah, our running back didn't get out. He got caught up in the line, coming through the middle of the line, and one of the D linemen grabbed him, so he wasn't able to occupy that backer. Again, that falls on me in decision-making. They were playing too high shell, snapped my eyes back, and really just locked in on Jerry instead of seeing out in front of him.
Well, you committed to getting the ball to Judy, targeted 18 times. Was that more than you expected?
I wish it was more. It's our best receiver. We got to be able to get the ball in his hands as much as possible.
What can you say about, you spent a lot of time with Snoop, in the preseason and all that. What can you say? You didn't really get a chance to watch him in this game, I know, but what can you say about, some of the things maybe if you looked up and saw him do it?
Yeah, man, I'm proud of him. We had those conversations back in training camp when he was here, and just on kind of what we wanted this year to look like for each other. And so to see him getting opportunities, and then for me to get opportunity, I know he's happy for me too, so I couldn't be more proud of him.
What did you see on some of those 4th down plays where you guys were stopped? Starting with the throw to Jerry on that slant, he thought he might have gotten held, but what did you see on that?
Just trying to do my job, execute the play at a high level. Those were the reads on those plays. And like I said, it's a real team game on offense, so we got to have all other 10 guys doing their jobs too.
What about next week? Do you feel like you will get the opportunity to finish this out and start again in Baltimore? Do you know yet or anything?
Not focused on that. I'm about to go home, watch this tape, and just be really critical of myself. So come Monday, I can go in there and let coach know.
How much do
What's
you
that
want
like though for you when you are on like a game-to-game leash? You even mentioned the short leash. So what is that like for you?
It's a part of the position, part of where I'm at in my career. It's a learning experience, a growing experience, something I got to work through. It's not an excuse. It's just hard. So.
How much do you want that opportunity next week to just go turn this around a little bit and finish it out on a strong note?
Of course, everybody in that locker room wants to end on a high note for this offseason. Obviously, this year isn't what we wanted it to be. But for me personally, I love this game of football. I love being out there with that group of men in that locker room, coaches and players and everybody else included. So for me to be able to get another shot, it's going to click eventually. And that's all I can say.
Were you concerned at all you'd have been lifted in this game at any point?
You said what? Sorry.
Were you concerned at all that you would be lifted from this game at all? Did you feel that?
Wasn't a thought on my mind. Just thought about executing the plays, doing my job on each and every play. And like I said, that's what tape is for, to go back and learn from them. But ultimately, I thought I executed for the most part in terms of doing my job, yes.
On those first 2 intentional groundings, I know there's pressure, but I guess what did you see and what could you have done differently to avoid that?
Know where my checkdowns are. You said there's pressure on my face, so there's not really much you can do besides maybe take a sack, hold on to the ball. But again, we're trying to eliminate those plays. So it's one of those tough spots, but again, we'll go. That's what film's for, and we'll go back and look at it so I can correct it for next week.
You talked about during the week how Miami disguised their defense. So when you're out there, though, how did you adapt to what they were doing and trying to avoid any pressure or anything?
Yeah, they caught us I'd say 3 plays with pressure that really gave us a headache. Other than that, they were playing too deep, 5 underneath the whole game. Whether they got to it through invert, Tampa, whatever it was, they were sitting in a too deep shell and making us try to take completions up and down the field. And again, that's why it's so important that each play, all guys are doing their jobs so we can continue to progress the ball down the field, including myself.
Do you allow yourself to imagine what a game like this would have been like had David Njoku been able to play, had Sed been able to play, and you had a few more places to go with the ball?
No, because that's not who I practiced with all week. I practiced with the guys that were out there today. And like I said, as a group, with me included, we did not do our jobs at a high level good enough today.
But did I misunderstand you? I think, did you say you thought you executed better today? Or I want to make sure I understood you correctly.
I said for most of the game, I did my job on the play that was asked of me and required of me on those plays, yes.
Do you think you played better than you did last week then?
I mean, the outcome's the same. Whether you, again, threw for 1 million or didn't, you obviously didn't make enough plays to win the game. So we keep coming out with these losses, and we got to find a way to fix that.